Hey, welcome back guys. This is part 54, back onto Death Stranding 2. Yeah, I've got an important announcement to make in a second regarding this guide and its current progress. But yeah, to begin with, jump in your truck, we're out to Eastern Environmental Observatory, of course, aka EEO. We're going to call the DHV, we're going to go down the hill, we're going to get on it, and I'm going to warp to the Metagenomicist. The reason we're warping on the DHV is because we want to take our truck with us. We've got a big order coming up, and so we're going to need the capacity of the truck in order to transport it. Yeah, so as we're doing that, yes, I've got a full guide finished of this. It's going to be 65 parts in total. It's all recorded. It's even all planned out in the text guide. So if you want to look ahead, what's going to happen later on, everything is done in the text guide. Text guide is complete up, it's not a full text guide. I mean, we start from where? Part 33. But yeah, it's complete up to the platinum right at the end. And when we go to Mexico, by the way, takes 90 minutes to max, which I was quite surprised. I thought it'd take maybe 2 or 3 hours. I was thinking I could do it in 2, but it might end up being 3. But yeah, we managed to get that done in, I think it's just over 90 minutes, 3 videos, which is really, really good. I'm pleased with that. Yeah, I'm glad that Mexico did not take long. Yeah, the reason I was able to do that is when we first go to Mexico, we warp to every single facility, take on every single order, but we leave them there, and then once we've took on every order, we go around, starting from one depot, doing the orders from there. But we're also doing all the elimination orders, so all the combat points we're getting, that's going to be working towards every single order, and that's why it kind of worked out that way. Managed to max out Mexico in 90 minutes. But anyway guys, yes, so you know kind of how it's going in terms of progress. Yeah, 65 parts. Once at the Metagenomicist, we're going to drive down here and we want to take on orders 472, 473, and then of course 475. Yeah, 472, 473, and 475. Yeah, take on them bottom 3 orders. Yeah, as you see, there's a heavy order there and an express order as well to EEO. We're going to be going straight there now. It's big orders to go and get a lot of likes, which will be nice. Yeah, so just put all them on the truck. Make sure you're ready to go. So try and make sure the truck's facing in the right direction, which it should be anyway. Right. And another thing we'll just do quickly is make sure you've got everything in your truck, so you can check the shell locker as well. See if there's any cargo going up to the mountains. If there is, take it with you. I'm sure you know by now what ones I'm going to mean. I'm not going to keep mentioning them same facilities. You know what facilities we're doing, because we've pretty much been doing them for the last few videos. Yes, check shared locker. You can check facility storage as well in case you left anything in there. I didn't. Right, let's do it. So you don't want to be hanging around. We'll get straight in the truck. I'm going to go down the hill here. Now when you go down the mountain, there might be a BT there. We have actually defeated this BT before, but depending on how long you've took, or it might be RNG, something like that, depending on the timefall in your game. Yeah, BT catcher might spawn here. If you remember, we defeated this catcher before, for the story and for a elimination order. If it does spawn here, I'm going to defeat it. It will just give you a few more points for them orders. Currently in progress. Just of course make sure you do not take too long. You do have quite a bit of time on this order. Yeah, this one of them orders where you do have a minute or 2 to spare, which is nice. So I'm going to come down here, and we're also going to grab this cargo for this order as well while we're nearby. And yes, if the BT does appear for you, the catcher, get out your truck and summon BT fetus. Yeah, grab all this cargo guys going up to EEO. Yeah, and beyond. So the catcher spawned. Like I say, it might spawn for you, it might not. If it does spawn your BT, then while it's attacking him, you can grab all the cargo in the area. So hopefully you're not wasting too much time. You might think coming down here to get all the cargo, it's going to make it so we're not going to do the express order in time. But getting from the Metagenomicist to the part of the mountain, which is kind of smooth to just drive straight up, you have kind of got to come down here anyway. You can go across the top of the mountain to get there, but it's easy to just come down here where the terrain is much more clearer, less rocks, and then drive straight up the mountain. so you kind of would be coming down here anyway. So yes, as the BT is killing the catcher, going to grab all the cargo. Yes, quite a lot of cargo for one of the orders. I think it's 10 cargo for EEO, so make sure you grab it all. You don't always have to get every single piece of cargo, but if you do get every piece of cargo, you get more lights. Well, I'm just going to grab the crystals as well. You know, I think I only just do this on time. Yeah, I think I was quite close. So you might want to leave the crystals if you thought the BT fight took a bit too long. Because, I mean, getting them crystals takes about 20 seconds. Right, I think that's it. Just to make sure, you can always open your storage if you want to double check you got all 10. That would be quicker than just keep scanning around. Right, let's do it. Yeah, you might see some XL cargo there for Southport, not 3 pieces. Just going to leave out, no need to get that. Yeah, SFK levels up quite easily. And these groups you find of like 3 times XL cargo for like all for the same prepper or facility, they do actually respawn later on. Because I've got some of them before in the past, and I've gone back to the same location and they've reappeared. Obviously not straight away, but yeah, I think them XL cargo, they do reappear over time. Yeah, so this is what I mean by when you take on this order, you need to kind of come down the mountain and then go up here. So it's a much more clearer path to get there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at there. But yeah, straight up here, so going straight to EEO now. Keep an eye out for any cargo along the way. As you can see, I've still got 5 minutes to get there. Yeah, and then from EEO, we're going to go down to Phantom Smith, then to F7, then back up to Phantom Smith. But while at F7, we're going to take a new destruction order, which should hopefully be there for you. Yeah, destruction order 575. Yeah, you have to go to nearby mule camp and eliminate some cargo there. But while we're there, we're going to take out all the enemies as well, get more combat points, and then we'll go back to F7, and that'll be it for this video. Yes, about I think it's 22 enemies at this mule camp coming up. But now we've got a silent sniper, it's a lot easier to get rid of them. Yeah, silent sniper is so useful. It's a shame you can't unlock it earlier in the game. I'm using it in Mexico quite a lot, and it just makes it so easy to eliminate all the enemies. Yeah, so 4 minutes left. Yeah, if you go from Metagenomicist straight to EEO, it probably takes about 5 minutes. You know, if you drive straight there, so you've probably got about 2 or 3 minutes to spare. You know, if messing about in the corner like we did at the bottom. Right, yeah, I'm going to keep checking the map, so I'm getting a bit disorientated, not quite sure where I'm going. Am I going up to the engineer, or am I going up to the EEO? Yeah, I think I was going up to the engineer then more than anything. Yeah, I was, so I've got to come back down here now. So I just wasted about 10 seconds then, going the wrong way. My battery's getting quite low. Yeah, watch out for your battery. That's something you probably should have, I probably should have done that before I actually took the order on, but it's not too bad. There's always plenty of generators around. Yeah, 3 minutes to go. Yes, it does get quite tight when you're spending too much time in that bottom corner. Yeah, Mexico goes by quite well. We only have to do probably like we probably do like 1.5 round trips, and that's it all maxed. Like I say, first we spawn in there, we warp to every location except for the Boca. I didn't bother with him, but yeah, we warp to everywhere else. You take on every single order, and we leave them in the private locker. Take on every order, leave them in the private locker. Then we start at C1 Del Norte. We start there. Then we make our way to Villa Libre. Villa Libre gets maxed, I think, the first time we go to her with orders. Yeah, I mean, not the first time we warp there to take on all the orders on, but when we go back there later to deliver orders, she gets maxed rank straight away. Villa Libre, the artist and former geophysics research lab, they all get maxed out the first time we reach them. Yeah. The bulker gets maxed out a second time, and also C1 Del Norte and the other C1 South Distro Center, they all get maxed like a second or third time. But yeah, it's like one round trip and then a half. So yeah, not much driving at all. So once back up here, guys, at EEO, we are going to deliver orders 475 and 512. You can hold 1 or 2 pieces of cargo back if you want to, just in case you hit any star lock. If you're in the final star, you're probably not going to hit any star locks. Yeah, star locks, they normally trigger most time. I mean, sometimes it's different dialogue or to give you a sub order, but for the most part, the star locks when you've unlocked a new item and it wants to give you dialogue about it. That's when it locks, because it does not want to give you 2 items at once, because I'm not quite sure what happens. You know, if there's 2 instances of dialogue queuing up, yeah, it'll just lock it just so you can experience that dialogue you missed, that new thing you unlocked. Right, so here, deliver the orders, and now I'm just going to check this shared locker. Of course, I don't need anything going back where it just came from. You can take something from Metagenomicist if you want to, but if I'm honest, I don't think we're going to be sending it there, because that Mission Impossible cargo we took, which should be here, yeah, I never send that back to Mission Impossible, so I don't think I go back to TFK again with all the cargo to send on via the monorail to Metagenomicist or F5. But yeah, you do want anything though going to F7. So yes, anything going to F7, any shared cargo, take it with you, or any cargo you left in the locker. So you've got F7, B Pass, Adventurer, TFK, Tar Therapist and Mechanic, maybe EFK as well, and possibly SFK. But yeah, everything else, guys, you can just leave it, you don't need it no more. But yeah, make sure you got all them orders, just in case you did leave anything in the private locker. Make sure you take it out. Yeah, you may have left a few things in here. Make sure you take it all out. Right, once you're ready to go, grab the Adventurer. Remember, make sure you've got everything you need to, guys. All your cargo and orders, going back down the mountain to Phantom Smith and beyond, down there. Make sure you've got everything going to them facilities. Right, let's do it. Yeah, so when we do get to Phantom Smith, you're probably going to find out you got loads of cargo there, and you got no space for it. So we're going to have to make 2 trips, I think. And that jump ramp is far too steep, that's why I avoided it. You always hit it and you damage your cargo, it's way too steep. Yeah, so at Phantom Smith we're going to take on orders 528 and 534. Yeah, you should have your cargo for the Mission Impossible and the Adventurer as well. We are going to take cargo to the Adventurer, and like I was saying, with Mission Impossible, I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I take it with me. Or maybe I just forgot it. Maybe I do send it on. I just somehow managed to forget it somehow. Yeah, when I sent it all on the monorail. But we do have to do another order that we've already done. Do you remember that express order from Lone Commander? We do that one again a bit later when it's refreshed. And that just allows us to get Mission Impossible to where it's ready to go into his final sub order. Yeah, that order just pushed him over to his final sub order. Oh, that order and a recovery order nearby actually. But yeah, at the Phantom Smith. So let's take on a few orders. So as I just mentioned, 528 and 534. Take them on. Check the shared locker as well and facility storage for any cargo. Going to F7. If you don't have space, then just make sure you've got all the orders with you. And then if you've got any space for anything else, guys, put that in the truck as well. But yeah, make sure you've got all the orders. I always like to focus on the orders. When there's not enough space, focus on the orders first, and then any extra space, put the cargo in there. Yeah, look at all these orders I've got. Wait, I've got so many. Yeah, but I want all these with me. So I've got a load for the Adventurer as well. We'll deliver them a bit later, probably in the next video or 2. Yeah, B Pass. Yeah, I think what I was doing then is I was going to take any cargo for F7 and then leave the rest and get the rest when I come back, because you're likely not going to have enough space for all of it. But if you take F7, then when you hand in them orders, you can also hand in any lost cargo while you're there. And of course, next time you come back, you're going to have all the cargo with you anyway, because you would have come back before that point and collected all the lost cargo which you left here. Yeah, so these are all the orders, it looks like. So once you're ready, guys, of course, make sure the adventure is with you. You've got all your order cargo. Go into F7 and beyond, and get back in your truck, guys, and drive down there. Yeah, so I've just got all the orders, but if you do have some space, yeah, maybe fill it up, because you don't want to leave space and then come back to get the lost cargo later and find out the lost cargo is too much and you can't even fit all that on your truck. So yeah, make sure you fill up the space, not like I did where I just took the orders. Yeah, so straight down to Phantom Smith F7. Yeah, try to avoid the mule camp. Of course, you don't want to trigger the enemies yet. If you find any cargo on the way, go into F7 and beyond, grab it, take it with you. Yeah, that mule camp over there, that's one we're going to be taking out shortly. And keep an eye out, so there's a watchtower there. What you might want to do later is when you come back down, bring a PCC level 1 with you guys so you can put down a watchtower if there is not one. But I've just seen there is a watchtower there, so I shouldn't need to. Yeah, because we're going to use that to mark all the enemies in the camp. Yeah, it should be, I've actually put 21 enemies on my text guide. Yeah, 21, so I guess I had 21 there. I'm sure I remembered it being 22 though. So yes, straight down to F7. We're going to deliver orders now, 522, 515, and we're going to hold any lost cargo, a few lost cargo back if you can. Yeah, and in a second we're going to be turning the Cupid on and change the difficulty back to casual. Yeah, the reason we're turning the Cupid on is because there can be some mechs nearby and we don't want them there. So it's going to turn the Cupid on so it's ready for later. Yeah, we have to change the difficulty anyway to casual for this destruction order, which I hope is there for you. Yeah, right, so once we're here, yeah, so as I was saying, deliver order 522, 515 and any lost cargo. But if you have some, then just hold a few lost cargo back to deliver separately. I don't, but I do have that aid request. I'm just going to hold back the aid request. You can also hold orders back, you know, deliver them separately. It's not always got to be lost cargo. Yeah, there we go, got her into final star. Yeah, I do know how many stars she takes, I think, to max rank. I forget exactly how many, but later on in the text guide, and when we do get there later, I will let you know exactly how many she takes to max. If I get time now, actually, I'll skip ahead to my text guide, just find the count. So yes, now we need to deliver them orders, make a quick save, then turn the Cupid on, and also change difficulty to casual. Yes, so make a quick save, turn the Cupid on, and change difficulty to casual. And then once you've done them, I think I almost forgot then to put difficulty to casual. Yeah, once you've done them, take on order 575, which is a destruction order. I hope it's there for you. Yes, order 575. I mean, it should be if you've been following me along quite well. Yeah, I'm just going to check for any shared cargo first in the locker, of course. Let me just skip ahead to see how many likes this depot takes. Yes, you might want to put everything in the shared locker, just so it's safe, you know, while you go and warp to another facility and grab the other cargo. Yeah, so just put everything in the private locker, guys, and now take on order 575. Yes, take on order, destruction order 575. Of course, make sure it's on casual when you do this. And by the way, F7 needs 9,200 likes total to max her out.
Thank you.
Yeah, F7 needs 9,200 likes total to max her out, guys. Just something good to know. Okay, so now we've taken on order 575. We're going to warp back to Phantom Smith. Yeah, if there's not a truck here, then you can actually just craft one in the safe house nearby if there is one. Yes, but there might be a truck which we left here earlier. And I'm also just going to go into the private locker. Sorry, not private locker, private room. You can try to sleep in the private locker. Solid Snake would do. But yes, come into the private room. Guess might be spending a bit of time in lockers in a few weeks when Metal Gear Solid 3 releases. But yes, all I wanted to do, I wanted to come in here and change the time of day to night time. Because we're about to be taking out a bunch of enemies, of course, night time will be your friend. Yet darkness is your ally. And we want to use it. So yeah, make sure it's night time. And this safe house, every time I leave it, I can never really realise where I'm facing. Because it's like a whiteout, I never know where to go to get up to Phantom Smith. I always have to check the map just to get my bearings, make sure I'm facing the right direction. But yes, I've got a truck there, nice. Right, so come to the terminal at Phantom Smith, put all your cargo for the facilities we're going to next, put them all into your vehicle. Yeah, put them all into your vehicle. That's it, put them all in your vehicle, so anything going to F7, B Pass, Adventurer, SEO, TFK, SFK I guess, EFK, Tire Therapist and Mechanic. We still have to max out the Mechanic. And there were actually two facilities I kind of, no sorry, one facility I'd kind of forgotten about, the Dowser. Because I finished up in the Australia and I checked my total and I was thinking, I should only have 6 remaining, but I had 8. And I realised one of them I just hadn't delivered a small piece of lost cargo which I held back. And I also realised the Dowser I hadn't quite upgraded him when maxing her when I thought I did. I think it's because on my other account I did max out Dowser and I kind of got mixed up. But yeah, it's alright. I do max her out really quickly, so you're going to see what I do to do that. Yeah, just one quick order, max her out. And all I'm doing now, guys, so I'm taking Bowler Stun Gun times 3, Machine Gun times 1, Stealth Grenade times 2, a PCC-1, a Bulker Skeleton and a Coffin Board. You probably don't need all that, just take what you can fit on the truck. If you can't fit a Coffin Board on your truck, then don't worry about it. And the reason I'm taking the Bulker is so it can move around a bit quicker during this destruction order, because there's a lot of snow and you'll be running around a lot slower, of course, if you've got your boost skeleton on. So we're going to take a Bulker. So as mentioned again, guys, you want a Bowler Stun Gun times 3, you want a Machine Gun times 1, Stealth Grenades times 2, a PCC-1 and a Bulker Skeleton. And of course a Coffin Board as well if you can fit it in your truck. If not, leave it there. And hopefully you'll find one nearer the mountain. Near the mule camp. We're on the mountains already. Yes, I've not taken out any sniper rifles, but you can do if you want. I'm mainly going to be using my Bowler Stun Guns. They're really good than Bowler Stun Guns. Right, so as we approach the camp, just before you get too close, you want to stop, put down a watchtower if there's not one nearby, but there is. You can just use it yourself remotely. You don't have to go up to it. You have to be within 200 meters, by the way, to use a watchtower. Yeah, it's 200 meters, I believe. And there's a Coffin Board for me, luckily. Yeah, I always find 1 or 2 Coffin Boards here. Right, so let's use that watchtower, mark all the enemies. Yeah, remember this mule camp's kind of divided into 2 parts. You've got the top part and the lower part. Yes, 21 enemies. Right, I'm going to get my Coffin Board. I don't take the Coffin Board all the way in, but I think I drag it around with me on my back. So once all the enemies are defeated, I can just get straight back on it, go back up to my truck. And the reason we've got that machine gun is because we need to shoot the containers. Remember, this is a destruction order, not elimination order. Elimination order, you have to defeat enemies. Destruction, you have to smash cargo. Right, so I'm just going to jump off, attach my Coffin Board to my suit if you have one. Right, and let's take out all the enemies. So be careful. You're going to try to remain in stealth. Maybe I forgot to mention it, but you want to make sure you quick save just before you come here from your truck. Yeah, when we park that truck just outside you to watchtower and stuff, make a quick save. So if you mess it up, you've not got much progress to loose. You'll just go back there and can just try again. So yes, take out all these enemies. As you can see, the stun gun is really good. The bow stun gun should instantly knock out every enemy, but if you bring a sniper rifle on casual difficulty, it normally takes 2 hits. On story it will do 1 hit will normally knock them out, but yeah, casual takes 2 hits, and of course we have to do this on casual anyway because it's a destruction order. Yeah, so do not shoot the cargo yet. I like to get rid of the enemies first and then shoot the cargo. Yeah, and be very, very careful. If you do trigger any nearby enemies, not trigger them, but alert them to some noise, they might come up behind you and you might get spotted and not realise. Well, you'll realise, but the time will slow down as it does, and you might want to quickly knock out the enemy but not know where he is, and so you won't be able to do it in time. Because when an enemy first spots you, there'll be like a slow motion part for like a few seconds, and if you can knock him out before the slow motion part ends, then you'll normally stay in stealth. Yeah, when an enemy first spots you and it goes in slow-mo, yeah, quickly knock out the enemy and you'll remain in stealth. And with the bow stun gun as well, if you shoot the truck, it will knock out every single enemy which is attached to the truck because it electrifies all of them. Yeah, something I didn't really realise that until after this. Yeah, because you see here, I wait for all the enemies to get off the truck and then shoot them all one by one. But if I just shot the truck, I would have knocked out every single enemy. Yeah, so when it comes to trucks, guys, shoot it with your bow stun gun and it will knock out every single enemy which is attached to the truck. That's very, very useful. Right, take him out. And we've got them enemies coming up from the truck. Yeah, can't quite get them yet, I'm too far away. Yeah, it's a shame the bow stun gun doesn't have a longer range though. Yeah, be very, very careful, you don't want to get spied. What's quite annoying is when you've done so well, you've knocked out all enemies except for one, and then the final enemy spots you. Yeah, that's really annoying. Yeah, so this is what I'm stealth grenades for you. Hopefully you shouldn't need them, but yeah, if you just need to get close to an enemy and you're worried about getting spotted, just lob down a hologram via your stealth grenades and hide inside it, guys, and then from there you can safely get rid of the enemies without being spotted. Yeah, so you just saw a flash, yellow flash inside my screen. An enemy on my left just heard the noise, so they're probably going to come up here in a second. Yeah, this is why I took a few weapons, because you'll run out of ammo pretty quick. Right, so 8 enemies remaining. Yeah, so that's the upper part done, and the truck. So now get rid of the lower parts. So 8 enemies remaining, and be very, very careful. Yeah, it's a good idea just to get a look on where all the enemies are first before you start making your way down this part, because otherwise there might be an enemy on the left which you're not spotted, and you don't want him to see you. Right, 7 to go. Yeah, that's one on the far left there. You just see it on the corner of my screen. Yeah, so with the Boca skeleton, you should hopefully move a bit quicker through the snow. Right, 6 to go. End game as well. You know, some of these mule camp post boxes, they carry like a lot of cargo for like a specific location, and it seems to be fixed as well. I don't think it spawns until the end game. So when you see me exploring Government Base, WEO, West Fort Knot, Music Guy, Rainbow Valley, when you see me maxing them later, we have to go into the nearby mule camps a few times to eliminate the enemies. But if you check the post boxes there, you'll find some with like 4XL cargo for F7 for example. There'll be another one with 4XL cargo for B Pass, another one with 4XL cargo for SEO. Yeah, and every post box on every mule camp will have some different cargo. But the thing with that is some of them items, one of them gives you 500 likes, 528 likes, one piece of cargo. So just in that one locker alone, for example, there's 4 cargo for F7, and altogether that would be like 2,000 likes. Yeah, they don't always give 500. I mean, there'll be some cargo in a post box, or there'll be 4. It'll give you like 200 each, or 150. But yeah, there is some which will give you like 530 per cargo. It's like crazy. It's a massive amount. But yeah, but don't bother with them too much. They're too far away. That's the problem. Yes, they give you massive amount of likes, but I think the reason I've done that is because it's so far away from the actual depot it needs to go to. So I never really use them myself. Right, is that the last one? Is there one remaining? Yeah, one remaining. So I would have got the enemy base neutralized message. And here he is all the way over here. So this is the final one. So now once I've taken care of him, I can safely go and destroy all the cargo. I didn't get spotted either, I don't think. Right, and there's also going to be some cargo here for B Pass A aid request. We're going to take that with us. Yeah, so once you're ready, did I leave my coffin board at the top? I think I did. Yeah, so I'll go and grab that on the way back up. Yeah, I'm going to make our way back up now, but along the way, like I say, I'm going to destroy all the cargo for that destruction order. And I'm also going to grab all the cargo for the aid request for B Pass. Is it B Pass? Yeah, it's cargo here for B Pass. Yeah, I think that's it there in that tent nearby. Yeah, do not mix it up with the cargo you have to shoot. Yeah, this is not the cargo you have to shoot. This is just an aid request. Yeah, I don't know why it's orange for. Oh, there's my coffin board. Yeah, so see that aid request for B Pass. Pick it all up, guys. Yeah, nice 5 pieces there. And it's small as well, so don't take up too much space. Right, so all the cargo you have to shoot should be on the top part of the camp. So let's come up here, get out your machine gun, or if you don't have one, just grab one from an enemy. Yes, and shoot it all. As it normally just shooting one should destroy all others near it. Yeah, just making sure that because one of them shot down the hill, I was worried it didn't actually blow up. Right, some more there. And then there's a few more over there. And that should be it, guys. You know once you've got them all, because of course you get a message from Dolman. Well done, Sam, you got all the cargo. Oh, I guess you don't get a message for that. You get it when you collect all the cargo, but not when you destroy it all. But you get that prompt appear anyway on screen. You know, the objective gets a tick, saying that you destroyed all the cargo. So now I'm going to drive back up to the truck, get back on it, guys, and then drive over to F7. Yeah, you can equip your your boost skeleton again as well if you want to. I don't think I do it. I think I do it a bit later. I just craft another boost skeleton and put it on. So yes, back up to your truck, guys, with the coffin board. As you can see, it's a lot quicker if you use the coffin. So yes, drive over to F7, and once we get there, we're not going to do anything else. Just going to get down to terminal, guys, and that'll be it for part 54. So 10 videos to go. Oh, sorry, 11, I guess. $10 or 11 videos to go. Yeah, 65 will be the final bid. Yeah, so from here, tomorrow's video, I'll just give you a look ahead. Of course, you can check all this in the text guide. Yeah, so it looks like, so we're going to go to Data Scientist. I don't actually remember doing that bit. Oh, we're going to do a few more orders for Metagenomicist. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so we'll go to Data Scientist, we'll grab a few orders, Pizza Chef. We do some orders for Metagenomicist, and we'll come back to SEO and do a bit of driving around these facilities nearby here. So yes, once you get down here, guys, to F7, so you can get out of the truck, and then from there it's going to make a manual save, and that'll be it for part 54. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on 55 tomorrow.